Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 291 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
And I am Weston Pugh, and today we have a really great home that is brand new construction, under 4,000 square feet in Farmers Branch.
Really cool space. And in our second segment today, we're going to go through a little interview. Weston's got 10 questions for me.
10 questions about Jeff. No, just kidding.
No.
It's about the market. Wouldn't you want to know all about that? Well, let's jump in a little bit because this is fall in Dallas, and there are a lot of things that are happening here. Last week we talked a lot about Dia de los Muertos, but this week we're going to talk about some of the things that are happening. Like the first one that we're going to talk about is the Dallas Masher is free this weekend. If you have not been here, this is one of the treasures of Dallas. I really enjoy going here.
It's very exciting. It's not a huge museum, but the pieces that they have are really remarkable. And they have a free Saturday, first Saturday of every month. And so I would imagine it's probably going to be very busy. I will probably be there this Saturday. That's kind of sound like a really good thing to do this weekend.
Great weather, and then just walk across the street to go to the Clyde Warren Park, go to a food truck, or go to Mi Casina, and then hang out at the park for a little bit. It's an easy afternoon.
It is. And the second thing that we thought we'd talk about is the Greek Festival. This is an annual Greek festival that is held at the Orthodox Church. This is at the corner of Hillcrest and Alpha. It goes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Rain or shine, party goes on. You do need to buy tickets online. They've got a lot of information on their website about this.
I think this is what we're doing this weekend.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've already put it out in the group, so there's been good responses on that. Also, one of Jeff's absolute favorites,
Three Nations Brewery. This is, you'll probably find me here at least two Saturday nights a month.
I thought you were going to say 2 nights a week.
No.
I was like, wow, you
No.
need to share.
No, two Saturday nights a month. We're right, group of guys that all go up there. If you know me, you know that I am not a big beer person. I have a very narrow beer profile of what I like. I can always find something here that I like. The Royal Blood is one of my favorites. And one of the really great things about Three Nations is they have live music every Friday and Saturday night. And this Saturday night is the Skinny Bishop, which is a band I have not heard play before, but they never have a bad band. It is, I don't know who culls this and grooms the group that they bring, but they have some really great musicians.
That is good, because Dallas doesn't always have the best live music. I
Really?
wish we had better,
Yeah.
but that's really nice that they have this here.
I was talking to my friend Ray about live music the other night, and we were talking about, Dallas is one of those places where we do have a lot of really good live music. You just have to find it.
It is. That's a great. The Observer has a really good running list of it. If you ever go there, Observer is really good access for that.
So let's jump over into Market Watch. Really interesting this week, especially compared to last week. Coming soon, we're up 43%. This is that first status you can go into an MLS. New active listings were down, although there were still 536. And then homes that went into the option period, that was up 8%, and it still had 271.
Pendings, look at this. We're up 2% over last week. Last week we were up 5%, so we're continuing to grow. That is a steady climb that we're seeing in today's market. Sold is down 6%, but how could it go up any higher? It was up 52% last week, so it just had to settle, and it's still a strong market. That brings us in with rates right now at 6.791. It'll be interesting to see what happens after January 7th, November the 7th. There could be an adjustment on the horizon.
Never know.
Lots of good information, so keep up so you know what's going on.
So let's jump right into our house this week. So this is 3322 Dorado Beach Drive, and it's in Farmers Branch. And this is a brand new construction home that is right on the golf course.
We actually went and toured this the other day. They had a kind of like a
progressive
luncheon, and this was one of them, and caught our attention. Had to bring it on the market. It is a super easy location to live in. So you have both Midway, Marsh, shooting you up and north, south, giving you access to both 635. 635 is an easy, if you're not from here, easy way for you to hit the north side of the airport.
And 635 is a big loop that goes around Dallas, and so you could really get from section of town to town very easily
Yeah.
on it. I really like this because you really just have to come down Marsh Lane if you're going to Love Field. It's a real easy, probably a, I don't know, 6 mile drive to Love Field.
Exactly. And then also, if you're on the toll road, be up in Frisco or Prosper in no time and head back into downtown. So, what we're saying is, your takeaway is it's easy to get around from this house.
Super easy.
Oh, super easy, is it?
Super easy.
Okay. So, what we also like to share with you is what some of the locals love to do in this area. And I, for one, am going to start off with talking about the Brookhaven Country Club pickleball.
Oh, you don't want me to talk about that?
Oh, do you want to go ahead and take it from here?
Not at all.
So, Brookhaven Country Club is actually the golf course that this house sits on. Brookhaven Country Club also hosts the National PPA Finals, which is happening the first part of this month. That's Aaron. Aaron's actually one of the pros there. He's great. I can say they've really just redone this. This was not like this last week. So this is a great time to come out and see. I believe this year, Dirk Nowitzki is going to be, I don't know who else he's playing with, but he's on the celebrity night. So great place to come out and play. Definitely. Oh, this right here shows you that now they have Padel. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not the Kylie Minogue song.
All right, Jeff. What else do the locals love to do out
The
here?
locals love to go to Vitruvian Park. Vitruvian Park is a really great outdoor space, paved trails all the way around. There's a small creek that runs through the center of it. Vitruvian Park is really an apartment community, but the park itself is open to the public, and they have in the summer it's called Vitruvian Nights, and they do it for I think about six or 7 months in the summer, where they have Thursday night concerts out there, and they have every possible kind of cover band that you would want, every kind of I don't know, imitation band. What's the word I'm looking for? But it's always great.
I went to their Oktoberfest, and it was enormous. So lots happens there. And then also, we like to tell you a little bit about, if you don't know, we like to eat. And there are restaurants along Beltline. Some of the best restaurants in Dallas are along Beltline. This is a list. You can find a lot of lists, but this is one that I agreed with quite often. Kinney's Woodfire Grill, if you like your vodka at 32 degrees on tap. They make some great margaritas. They also have neighborhood services. And I was asking you about I Declare the other day.
I Declare. I went to dinner there. I've been there to dinner twice. And very Southern cooking, was really good. There was not a light, healthy thing on the menu, but everything we had was fantastic.
So this just shows you a little bit, but there are so many wonderful restaurants. And again, this is just around the corner. And I say just around the corner loosely because apparently one of our listeners made a comment one time when I said something was around the corner, and they're like, that is not around the corner. And I'm like, well, in a manner of speaking, it's around the corner. So it's not like you had to drive 20 minutes to get there. So, all right, let's jump into 3322 Dorado Beach Drive.
So this is a really cool 4-bedroom, 4 full bath, 2 half bath home. It's just completed this year. It has a 3-car garage, and it is about 3,700 square feet. Done amazingly well. I honestly haven't seen this style of construction, this quality of construction in Farmers Branch before.
It has been a long time, and even from the selection of stone that they used and the way that they like stacked it was dead on. When you come in through the front door, you've got this office, but I like what they really did with this downstairs space because it also has a full bathroom en suite, so it has the ability to become a bedroom bathroom. When you swing a little further in, you can see a long entry, really wide, nice plank floors. They are 7.5-inch European white oak floors, and that's a great transition into this wonderful living room.
And this is the downstairs bath?
It is the downstairs bathroom.
Yep. So this is just off of that first room. This is back to the living room again. This is I love the wide open space. I love the fixtures they've chosen. All of those windows or doors are cascading open, And then as we come around to the other end of the living room, you look back in toward the fireplace.
And you can see there's a little entry, and that goes off into the master. That is a really easy format, the way that it transitions from both the living, as we saw, back into the dining room, and then into this open concept. The actual oak or that they're using on the wood is reclaimed from a barn. So there's a lot of extra elements that are in this house. This is a great way to like kind of separate, but still keep it in conjunction. This bar right here with its own beverage fridge. And this is my new favorite quartzite. It is called Taj Mahal, and they have used this throughout. And it is, I think, the perfect warm neutral that we're going to see used a lot more in today's homes.
And I love that you've got a huge area for the dining room, but you've also got the eat up bar, which makes so much sense anymore. If you ever have visitors over, they're always going to be in the kitchen anyway.
And this is the pantry. We had to include this because this is not what pantries look like anymore that I am used to. And they continued in with the Taj Mahal quartzite. And we're going to look at this master with these huge vaulted ceilings. This sits off in the back. It's a symmetrical room. Flooring continues in here. It's generous, but it doesn't feel like you're going to get lost in some of these master rooms. And look at this.
I love this master bath. Heated floors in here, the frameless glass in the shower, walks off into a huge master closet right there.
It is a really good size. The layout, I wish these pictures were just a little bit different. If you want to see it, let us know. But it makes a huge difference in the way that this is configured. Just seamless. And coming upstairs, you've got this small little landing here. But again, what I love about this is they didn't use just your typical balustrades, but did the nice wrought iron and brought in that planking floor upstairs as well.
This is the back bedroom that looks out over the golf course also. Again, the vaulted ceilings, the covered beam across the top of that. This is one of the front bedrooms on the upstairs, but as you can see, it's a big walk-in closet, ensuite bath. There's a little bit of extra storage off of that room.
So what we thought was really interesting was how long this outside dining and entertaining area is. It also has a netting that comes, or screens that come down. It has, I believe, 4 heaters as well, a fireplace, and an outside kitchen. So this is a really great example, whereas I feel like homes in Dallas need to migrate towards to have this larger indoor-outdoor area that is covered, heated, and screened.
And
so if you just start into
4 complete down big.
Yeah, it's perfect. Anyway, thank you so much, Jason Sacedo and Kathy Hewitt, for allowing us to feature this home. If you'd like to take a look at this home, please let us know. Also, check out the comments for a link. You can see all of the photos, the ones that we didn't use. Let us know, and we'd be happy to show you that home.
And with that, we'll be right back.
Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you miss the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second segment, episode 291 of Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we're going to ask Jeff. It says 20, but Jeff said that's a bit much, so maybe the next reel will show an X of the 20, and we'll just put 10 on that, okay?
So I'm putting my cards down.
Jeff's going to put his cards down because he doesn't know what we're going to say. So I got 10 questions for Jeff. Jeff's been in real estate for 30 plus years and has a lot of insight, has represented buyers and sellers, and also has been through a lot of cycles. And this is a really interesting market that we're in, and we are constantly bombarded with questions. So we kind of thought we'd compile some information that we've had over the last 6 months to a year and provide you with those answers from Jeff's lips. So let's get started. How have you seen presidential elections impact Dallas real estate market over the years?
Presidential election cycles always slow the market down. The uncertainty that is created during that time is probably the most influential uncertainty that can happen in the real estate business. We'll always see it slow down, and it gets slower as you come to the election day, and it usually doesn't pick back up until you get into January.
That's a lot of information, and you're right, because I've seen it too. Here's the next question. What one recent trend do you feel is disrupting the Dallas market, and how are agents adapting to it?
I think the most recent interruption in the market is the commission issues that have been solved finally. And I think it creates a lot of questions in with both buyers and sellers. You know, we've been through it in a lot of the presentations that we've had lately, and people they don't understand they don't understand what it means. They've
Correct.
heard all the hype that's been created. They just need somebody that stands there with them and tells them, here's what it is. Here's the changes that have been made.
I like that. Okay, can you give us a forecast for 2025? Any buyer trends or seller trends that we should watch for?
So let's see. I think my guess would be that we're going to see interest rates come down in 2024 a little bit farther. I don't think we're ever going back to that 3 to 4% interest rate again. But if we can get them down into the fives, I think we're going to see the real estate market really start to churn back up. I also think that, you know, we've already seen it happen this year where inventory has begun to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see that happen even more in the spring.
Oh, let's hope so. Okay, and what about a challenge in 24? Anything that surprised you in a negative way?
I think the interest rates not coming down quicker than they did surprised me. And not that I would have, you know, really done things differently or knew how to do things differently, but I really felt like inflation would get under control earlier in the year, mm-hmm. and we would see interest rates come farther back down than we have right now.
So let's just talk about the last 12 months. But do you feel that the Dallas market has become more favorable for a buyer or for a seller?
Well, our market was very unbalanced for a while, and it was a very seller-driven market. And now it's a much more balanced market. You know, we've seen inventory days on market, you know, get back up into the 4 to 5 month range. 6 months considered a balanced market.
Yeah, let's hope we can find that 6 and hold it. Okay, we see stuff in the news always talking about relocation to Texas, relocation to North Texas, relocation to Dallas. How does all of this relocation of corporate America impact the market here in Dallas?
Well, obviously, it brings more people into the marketplace. It causes home values to go up, which in turn causes the revenue from taxation to increase, mm-hmm. and that allows our cities to do more on work they need to in repairing the streets, hiring more police officers, just doing all the things that I think we've struggled with. The city government, any municipal government, tends to lag behind the real estate market by a couple of years because, you know, home values don't instantly go up the day that they actually go up on the market. It takes a year for that to happen, mm-hmm. and then it takes another year for them to see the revenue from that.
That's an interesting perspective. I like that. I don't think I would have said it that way, but I like your insight on that. Let's see. Are there particular? Answer this one carefully. Are there particular Dallas neighborhoods you think are poised for growth in 2025?
You know, I would say that there are a lot of them. There are some still inside the LBJ Loop that I think are poised for dramatic improvement. I think there are some just outside the LBJ Loop that are also poised. You know, some of the southern sector markets are, you know, Oak Cliff has done amazingly well, and we're just continuing to see that spread south. There's a Keystwood neighborhood, which is farther south, and it's kind of like there's an area between the two that is, you know, that is not as great as those two. Still great neighborhoods, but not as great as those two. And we're beginning to see the people really put the effort and the money into their houses in those small in between neighborhoods.
It is interesting to see that happen, and I think West Dallas, if I might throw that in,
True.
could be one of those neighborhoods that could also expand.
We looked at that a couple of weeks ago, and where, you know, we looked back to 2016, and we saw where, you know, lot values were selling 60, 70, 80,000. I think the highest one was 125. And if you go over there now, lot values are 350 to 400,000.
And in your neighborhood, lot values on the smaller ones are in the 5s and the 6s.
They are
amazing. All right. You kind of answered this in one, or you threw this answer in, but I'm going to ask you a different way. Have higher interest rates influenced buyers' behaviors in Dallas?
Excuse me. I think that it definitely has. I was at a neighborhood party just this last week and was talking to a guy, and he made the comment about, you know, when we bought this, we didn't know it would be our forever home. And, you know, they thought they would be buying this small 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Now they've got 3 kids. They really needed more space, but they just, you know, they bought their house 8 years ago. And it's that typical story we talk about where if you've got the 3% mortgage, it's hard to make that financial equation work to move.
Especially when it works and you can see that money going in the savings. All right. 10th and final question for Jeff. For sellers looking to attract buyers quickly, what is the most valuable renovation or update that they can do?
So there's really 2 answers to that. The first answer is when you're getting your home ready for sale, you have to take care of the things that need to be maintained. You have to have, you know, replaced your air conditioner at some point. You've have to have done the roof. You've had to have, you know, if there were foundation repairs needed, all of those things need to happen to have the house ready to go to market. Because, you know, one of your favorite sayings is people would rather go to happy hour than Home Depot.
Yeah.
And it's true. The second part of that question, or second part of that answer, is that you really have to let someone else look at the home without your rose-colored glasses and tell you what the warts are.
Yeah.
Because what you see as a wart, or what you don't see as a wart, might be something that keeps somebody from putting an offer on your house. Or, you know, even people walk through and they instantly begin thinking about how much money they're going to have to spend.
Correct.
And when they do that, you know, that starts coming off of your list price, no matter how great you have that property priced.
Those are good, because people are always like, oh, do I need to do this and that? It's like, it's almost the whole house has to have the right appeal.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for answering our 10, not 20 questions. We hope you found this very, very interesting. If there's questions that Jeff could have answered or I should have asked, let us know, and we'll try to get that worked out next time.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.